Welcome to day 20 of our Top Titans 2 gameplay walkthrough. Alright, cool. So, again, welcome to the 20th day of our journey in Top Titans 2, being a free-to-play player. So right now, I just finished doing, I think this is my third prestige. I do apologize, guys, because I wasn't able to play a lot. Because as I mentioned before, we are right now at a hotel. And me and my family have been trying to enjoy the amenities of the hotel. So I wasn't able to grab my phone a lot and play throughout the day, considering of course that we are using pet build, so I wasn't able to do a lot of prestiging. I was only able to do, after our video yesterday, I was only able to do one prestige before I retire for the night last night, and then I was able to do one this morning, and then another one right now. It's almost lunchtime. So as you can see, let me grab that. There you go. So we were able to get our Book of Shadows to 125,000. Okay. If you guys remember, our Book of Shadows yesterday was at 41,000. So we were able to triple our Book of Shadows in just 3 prestige. Okay, actually in the first prestige, I was able to bring it to get it to double right away. That's it. So right now, guys, since I wasn't able to do a lot of prestige, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and talk about skill tree for the meantime, because I've been meaning to talk about skill tree. So that, as I mentioned before, if you're gonna do skill optimizing, you need to understand why these skills are the one that is deemed to be optimized, and which skills you want to have even though you're optimized. Because the skill optimizers out there, especially the one that I am using, which is created by MMLH and his peers, is going to focus on damage. That means it's gonna focus on getting the next skill to level up that will bring you the best, or a greater pushing power than the rest. So pretty much, if you're gonna do optimize, or if you're gonna use the optimizer, it's just gonna tell you to it's gonna aim to give you more damage per skill points that you have left. Okay, so because I wanna create another video tutorial of how you can use the skill optimizer, which is going to be easy. But of course, before we go into that, I wanna read out and explain to you. I don't know if you guys have already tried, and maybe some of you guys haven't realized that you can actually check, read, and know more about each skill on the skill tree. Okay, so today we're gonna go ahead and discuss that. So right now we're gonna focus on the Knight skill tree. Basically, we're using pet, so as you can see, I have all points in here, and Brood. We're not putting any points in Sorcerer and Warlord, because we are actually in the future we're gonna be putting some in Warlord actually, to get Anchor Shot, so that we can get more pushing power. Okay, but we're gonna dive deep, or basically just discuss what these skills are, what they do exactly, and then what benefits you'll get if you get some these skills. Okay, so going back on the Knight tree, you can actually, if you guys see this book icon here, it's actually gonna tell you more, because right now, as you can see, it just says Knight Valor. That's the name of the skill. And then hone your skills as a sword master by strengthening your tapping power with the teaching of the old guards. That's what it says. Okay, and that's pretty much it. All right. So to know more about the skill, we can actually tap on the book, and here we go. So besides the explanation, the cheesy explanation for the skills, it says The tap damage directly increase all damage done by Swordmaster attacks, all forms of pet attack, and heavenly strikes. So pretty much Nice Valor gives you more damage on a pet build, tapping build, and heavenly strike build. But then again, nobody's using tapping build anyway. So that's how it is. Okay, and then is it chivalric or chivalric order, something like that. Well, as you can see on Knight's Valor, it says tap damage here. Okay, so basically tap damage in general sense, based on the skills, how it was defined. Since Knight's Valor only gives you tap damage, and it says on the description that tap damage in general, which we can conclude, says that tap damage increases the damage of your pet, of your tap, of course, and then your heavenly strike. As it says, there is a reduced bonus to Shadow Claw. Okay, but it does increase the damage of your Shadow Claw. All right, and then next is Chivalric Order. As you can see here, it's plus 4% tap damage from heroes. By heroes, it means the heroes that you've been unlocking. These guys here. Oh, by the way, guys, I wasn't able to tell you yesterday, but we actually got all the equipments, and that means no more needing, or we don't need to unlock all the skills or their skills anymore. We just upgrade, and if it is on a level that it will unlock a skill, it will automatically unlock a skill. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Okay, so going back, so pretty much the overall damage of your tap or of your heroes, plus if you have Warcry active, of course there's going to be a multiplier, and your heroes will have a higher overall damage. 0.04% of that damage is gonna go to your tap damage as well. Okay, on top of your tap damage, you will get 0.04% from the heroes. Okay, so if we go to check the description further, it converts a reduced amount of hero damage into tap damage. Weapon, set, and base hero upgrades are applied at the full rate, but only a portion of all hero and class hero bonus are converted. That's the 0.04%. And then your tap damage bonus directly multiplies with tap damage from heroes. That I am quite confused. Anyway, so this skill improves all damage sources that are improved by increased tap damage, and that is pet and heavenly strike, and a reduced bonus again to Shadow Claw. Okay, next is pet evolution. This one increases your pet damage basically. So as you can see, it multiplies the pet damage, and then it requires less tap for you to have the skill of the pet. You know, the lightning effect. If we go here, I'm gonna show you guys. You see this circle over here, it indicates when your pet is going to release its skill. How does the skill looks like? Let's go ahead and tap. There you go. Do you see the lightning? I'm gonna go try to go there again. Look at the pet here. Okay, here we go. Oops, it didn't. I think it's because it's there. Anyway, so it's not showing our. Okay, so let me go back here. So let's try to get that again. Oh wait, look at the pet. Here you go. Do you see the lightning effect there? That's the pet skill basically. Okay, so let's go back. So pet evolution. Okay, so pet, as you can see, it requires less tap. That means it'll be faster for you to have the pet spamming his skills if it's gonna require less tapping. Okay, so the pet damage improves all pet attacks, including lightning burst and flash zip, and required taps per attack reduce the number of taps per bonus pet attack from 20 by the listed amount. Okay, so pretty much it's 20 taps before the pet will release its skill. Okay, but right now it's negative or -3, so that's 17 taps. Okay, so if we have power of swiping active, and every second it taps 20 taps. So with our pet evolution saying that there's -3 seconds to that. So in less than a second, our pet is gonna do its attack, which is the lightning effect that we've seen. Okay, so next is Heart of Midas. So as you can see, it multiplies the boss gold. So basically, after killing the boss, you get gold from killing a boss. It multiplies that directly. Okay, and then it -8 seconds for Heart of Midas cooldown. All right, so Heart of Midas gold gives a multiple of the boss gold dropped from your current stage. All right, and then the strength of Heart of Midas increases as you continue to reach higher level stage. All right, and then Heart of Midas receives a partial bonus from the Hand of Midas skill. Okay, so basically, what it simply says, Heart of Midas gold gives a multiple of the boss gold drop from the current stage. So, King of Midas has given your pet the power to generate gold. When your pet is glowing, tap it to earn additional gold. This one is, I'm not pretty sure if I am understanding this correctly, but if my understanding is correct, Heart of Midas gives you times 353 gold of the current boss for your stage. The gold that the boss will give you, it will multiply it by 353, and when you tap on the pet, you will get that amount of gold. Okay, and of course, the higher the level, less cooldown that it will have. Okay. Next is Clipping Strike. By the way, as you can see, guys, it did mention that Heart of Midas receives a partial bonus from Hand of Midas active. That's why for any and all gold type, Hand of Midas is one of the skills that you always would like to have active all the time. Okay. So moving forward, Clipping Strike, it's a maximum critical damage. So the damage is increased, or your critical damage is increased or multiplied, but on the offset that your critical chance is gonna be reduced. Okay, so as it says here, 3.90 or times 3.9 is the maximum critical damage, and then -3% critical chance. Okay, so the premise here is that you should always have your critical strike chance at least 1%. Okay, so that's what you want to watch out for. Don't go ahead and trigger happily upgrade Clipping Strike, and then your critical chance is less than 0%, or on a -%. Then you're not gonna get any critical going in at all. Okay, so maximum critical damage directly improves all Sword Master critical hits and give an average increase to pet, clanship, and shadow clone attack. Okay, so basically, your Sword Master itself does critical strikes. This is besides the Deadly Strike. Okay, Deadly Strike is almost the same as critical strike, but it's an entirely different form of critical strike, which is a Deadly Strike, as they call it. Okay, so critical strike, basically it gives average increase. So pretty much it's saying that pet, clanship, and shadow clone can crit as well. Okay, but in a reduced manner. Is that what it says? Something like that. And the shadow clone attacks suffer a damage penalty when your critical chance is low. Okay, so that's why again, you want to keep a positive % of critical strike. So if you're using shadow clone, maybe you want to keep it at a certain level or a certain %, and don't go way beyond that. Okay, next would be Summon Inferno. It's times 19 fire sword damage and plus 12 seconds fire sword duration. Okay, not only does it increase the damage that fire sword will give you for your taps, it also increases the duration for 12 seconds. So directly increase Sword Master attack damage and heavily strikes, and gives a reduced bonus to Shadow Clone. So Sword Master attack, it pertains to your tapping damage. So basically, it improves. It also multiplies the damage for your pet damage. Okay, and Heavenly Strike, of course. So it directly affects Heavenly Strike. Alright. Then Lightning Burst. If you guys remember, let me see if my pet is in the middle right now. Yeah. Since my pet is in the middle, as you can see, as I tap around, there are going to be circles that is gonna form a star-like arrangement. And as soon as there is a circle glowing in the middle, if you tap on that, it's gonna be the lightning burst. Okay, so if I tap on it, there you go. That's the lightning burst. Alright. So going back, lightning burst. So charges and delivers a powerful burst attack that can be used against normal titans and bosses. When successfully defeating an enemy, the leftover splash damage can splash through bosses. So pet's splash skip is increased by a factor of 2 when determining splash skills or splash kills from the skill. So basically, as it says here, it is times 55.6 pet damage upon activating the burst. And then there's 16 lightning burst splash count. Alright, so additional to your natural splash count, which is 3, and then plus 8, I think, if you have AG or Angelic Guardian Mythic set. And then your splash skip based on the level of your for pet, it's power surge based on the level of your power surge. As you can see, there's 12 flash skip right now. So we can actually check that on our stats about our splash info stats. I mean, here we go. We have pet splash skip, which is 12. We have base max splash count, which is 3. Okay, and then where's my pet splash count? There you go. Lightning burst splash count, which is 19. Okay, so only when you or when the lightning burst activates or is in a sense detonated, it's like a bomb. Only when it's released, basically, will it splash through bosses. Okay, so for clan ships, whenever the clan ship attacks, you know, the cannon, it splashes through bosses. For pet build, whenever you release the lightning burst, that's when it's splashed through bosses. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, so going back, I think we're done here. Okay, on another note for lightning burst, if you're gonna use the optimizer, by the way, it's not gonna tell you to put any level here on lightning burst. Okay, because it doesn't really deem lightning burst to be, well, it does increase your overall damage, as you can see, it's pet damage per burst. So the more you level up the lightning burst, the higher the damage that it will inflict. But if you're going to use the optimizer is basically going to find another skill to level up, which will give you more damage than what lightning burst can offer. Okay, but then again, as I mentioned, the reason why we're trying to understand the skills is because, as you can see here, the higher the level your lightning burst is, the faster you're gonna be able to clear your stages whenever you prestige back, you know, down to a certain stage, and then try to go back to your max stage. So basically, it improves your farming speed, or it simply improves your speed even when pushing, because sometimes it's still splash through boss for pushing, and especially for Durandal pushing. Okay, so if you have a higher level of lightning burst, it will splash to more titans that it can, but then again, you need a higher splash damage percent. Okay, which we don't really have right now. We don't really have much right now because we only have kit that improves the splash damage. We don't have the artifact yet. Okay, so it's the corrupted something. Once we got it, I'm gonna show it to you guys. Anyway, so that's it. Moving forward, Barbaric Fury. Barbaric Fury is times 25.10,000 active tap damage and plus 8 bonus taps per second. Okay, so enraged by overwhelming number of titans, the Swordmaster adds bonus attacks per second and tap damage while actively tapping. Okay, so basically, if you have power swiping, again, power swiping is 20 taps per second. if you have Barbaric Fury as success right now, we're basically doing 28 taps per second. Okay, so if you're tapping as well, you know, every second it simply automatically adds the 8. So that's how it happens. Okay, so bonus taps per second counts toward generating additional pet attacks and Hand of Midas tap gold. So it's like bonus tap for Hand of Midas and then for activating the pet skill. Okay, and then when Mana Siphon and Lightning Strike are unlocked, bonus taps per second will help activate these skills as well. Okay, because there's a chance for Mana Siphon, there's a chance for Lightning Strike. So if since we have Barbaric Fury and it basically increases the number of your taps, so there's more chances for them to proc. Okay. So next, the last skill for Night 3 is the Flash Zip. So times 26,30,000 charge pet damage, and then there's times 0.755 pet skills cooldown. That means your skills basically cooldowns faster. The Lightning Burst and the Pet Heart of Midas, it cools down faster. Okay, so the final tap of each Flash Zip sequence deals Lightning Burst damage. However, this attack does not splash through bosses. It's just gonna kill the boss if it can. Okay, if it's not, then you're gonna wait for it to proc again. Then you tap it around, and then it's gonna deal the damage. Okay, and you need to be on the boss level. All right. So sometimes if you're using pet, you will see your pet go to this side, and then once you tap on it, it goes back in the middle. It doesn't necessarily mean that it failed, because maybe when it proc, and then you tap on it, maybe the boss died already. So it's gonna go back to its original place. Okay, because this only procs during a boss fight, and you have to stay basically on that boss for it to finish the sequence. Okay, but if it doesn't finish, maybe because there's a certain second that you have for you to tap on it, and of course it's just a few seconds. So if you miss it, it's just gonna go back, or if the boss dies, it's just gonna go back. Okay, and then after the skill is unlocked, your pet will become temporarily charged after each Lightning Burst or Flash Zip. So as you can see, what it meant is the last sentence on its cheesy explanation. Afterwards, your pet becomes charged and deals bonus damage for 30 seconds. Alright, so the charged pet damage is the times 26.30. Okay, so pet skills that have their cooldown reduced by these skills are Heart of Midas, Lightning Burst, and Flash Zip. Okay, so again, it's Flash Zip as well. So let's try to go to a boss. Let me see if Flash Zip will show. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if it will proc. And whenever you finish, there you go. Flash Zip, and bam. There you go. Okay. So that's how Flash Zip is. So you're gonna need to tap around it where it's gonna move next. Then the last one is gonna be the one in the middle that's over here. Okay. Once you tap on that, it's gonna activate, and as you can see, our pet is charged. If it's showing that it's like having an aura, it means it is charged, and that's for 30 seconds. Even for Lightning Burst, it's alone. The one where it moves in the middle, and then you finish it, and then there's a bang that splashes through bosses. You get the charge after releasing that as well. Sorry, guys. Alright, so I guess that's it for now. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the Warlord skill tree, and then moving forward, Sorcerer, and then Rogue, and then afterwards we're gonna talk about I'm gonna discuss how we will use, or how to use SP optimizer or skill points or skill tree optimizers. Okay. Right now, by the way, it's already time for the tournament, but we're not gonna join today again. So I'm just gonna try to farm a lot as I can today. But I am gonna put the relics onto boss or Book of Shadows, and then maybe a certain time at night, maybe after dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and try to farm a lot of relics so that we can unlock multiple artifacts by tomorrow once we join the tournament. So I'm gonna record a video tomorrow before we join the tournament. Maybe early morning. I won't be able to time the last minute because again we're trying to spend quality time with the family. So that's it for now. I guess thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have learned something new. Because actually, in all honesty, it took me a while. I'm actually almost at 20,000 stage before I realized that I can tap on that book and learn more about the skills. Okay, so if it helps you, if you learn something, please do like, share, comment if you want to. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and then subscribe to my channel, so that you'll be able to tap or click on that ring button thingy in YouTube so that you will be notified every time I upload my video every day. Okay, so thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great day, and peace out.